the Cavaliers last night. Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs hosting the Knicks. Look who's in the house. Myles Garrett pulling the sword, and away they go. First quarter action, Donovan Mitchell cleared for takeoff.
From Louisville. Shout out to Tom Jackson.
Nice setup from Dennis Schroeder. Cavs with the early lead. Then it's Mitchell. It's Dean Wade. He's going to knock down a three, and the Cavs have extended the lead to 9. 4 minutes to play in the half. Knicks are in a 5-point game. Jalen Brunson doing his thing. He would score 20. It's a 2-point game after the free throw. A minute later, a rare sighting last night. Karl-Anthony Towns taking a shot. He only took 5 shots last night. He made them all. He had 14 points. Third quarter, Cavs up by 8, and here they go. Tell me what you see on this play, Harry.
A wide open three-pointer. Nothing but nets.
Get used to seeing that. That was James Harden. Here comes some more wide open three-pointers. All right? So this is the Knicks. No good on one end. We're going down the other end of the floor. What are we going to wind up seeing, Harry?
A wide open three-pointer. Nothing but nets. Horrible defense.
That's Harden. He had 20. Let's keep it going. Fourth quarter, 10 minutes to play. Cavs up 14. What do we have here?
A wide open three-pointer, nothing but nets, horrible defense again by the Knicks.
Donovan Mitchell would score 23. Give me one more for good measure.
A wide open three-pointer. OG Anunoby, who's supposed to be their best defender, not closing out quick enough. Nothing but nets.
Cavs win it, going away. Winning against good competition has been difficult for the Knicks this year. They're 4-5 against the Cavs, Celtics, and Pistons. 3 of those losses have come against the Pistons. Those are 3 of the 4 top teams in the conference along with the Knicks. It's been such a roller coaster of a season for New York so far. And again, Chiney and Tim MacMahon are with us doing the hoops here this morning. We got a lot of Knicks fans who are very frustrated in this building today. Chiney, from all the way on the other coast, can you explain to them why this team has been so inconsistent?
Let me tell you, to go from the excitement of witnessing what happened last year in the Garden to where the Knicks are right now, I would never want to be a Knicks fan, respectfully. 2 teams, Knicks, Clippers, they give me headache, they give me heartburn, and I'm glad I'm sticking with my Houston Rockets. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way. A few months ago, I thought the New York Knicks were the clear-cut favorites in the East. On paper, they have one of the most talented rosters in the NBA. But where we are today is there are a lot of question marks because they don't show up in big games against the Eastern Conference best. And typically, I'd say they have the best player on the floor, but then Cade Cunningham drops 40+. Then we'll say, all right, they have maybe the top 2, and then next thing you know, they go up against a new remix lineup of the Cleveland Cavaliers, where Donovan Mitchell and James Harden look like they've been playing together for all of their lives. The biggest issue for the Knicks is they played at the level of their competition, but in this one it was egregious, just because they didn't have enough weapons to really deal with this team. Do you know how hard it is to add a piece and not miss a beat? The Cavs have added a piece, and it looks like they are in championship form, so they are so far from what I expected them to be at the start of this year.
And then, Tim, again, I had to look at this a couple of times to make sure I was reading it correctly. Karl-Anthony Towns took 5 shots in 29 minutes last night. He's a little bit of a lightning rod of a conversation in this town. What are the right things to say about him today?
It's absolutely dumbfounding that Cat gets 5 shots, goes 5 of 5. Nobody else in the starting lineup was shooting the ball well. It's as dumbfounding as Chiney bringing up the Houston Rockets, fresh off them blowing an 18-point lead against a Knicks team who can't beat anybody else right now. Listen, the Cat offensive issue has been something that has been an underlying theme all season long. He's been frustrated playing for Mike Brown. You don't have to guess. He's made that very clear. Mike Brown wants to play out of concepts. Cat wants plays called for him. You got to figure out a way to get this guy ball. He's got to be more aggressive. His teammates got to find him. The coaches have to figure out a way to get him the ball. He ain't out there for his defense, and nobody else was scoring last night.
So listen, go ahead, Chiney.
What makes this more egregious, Greeny, is the fact that sometimes when it's not your night, when Bridges and Brunson go 12 for 36 from the floor, when you're shooting 27% from 3, you'd be like, oh, let's rely on the big man. And that guy only has 5 shots. Now, last week, I was actually wondering to myself, as a player, how would I respond to a system that's not designed for me to be great? I would go on the block and demand the ball. But right here, it just, to me, is like, I didn't put too much blame on Cat in this one because as a coach, when you notice your shot is not falling, you have to be able to pivot to another strategy. And it just seems like they didn't have that requisite pivot. And to me, that's really dumbfounding.
All right, stay where you are, guys. We'll talk more about this later. I have a few more questions about Towns.
Bringing James on has given us a kind of renewed confidence, if that makes sense. Like, just we understand we're a better team, and that spirit, that confidence, for some strange reason, makes you play harder and compete harder defensively. And I felt like we're kind of missing that edge, that belief. So I feel like we're regaining that. And again, a lot of it has to do who we added.
Back here with Tim MacMahon, just listening to Coach, and it's no wonder, Tim, because the Cavs are 6-1 with James Harden and are only 2 games back from the 2 seed in the East. What is the ceiling for the new look Cavs, in your opinion?
Look, the Cavs made this trade to raise their ceiling to a championship level. That's why you go all in on a guy in his mid-30s in James Harden. Now, seeing is believing. Do they have the talent to make a run through the Eastern Conference? Absolutely. But James Harden has a checkered playoff history, to put it politely. Jared Allen has been a disappointment in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell has never been able to get his team past the second round of the playoffs. So there's the playoffs, that's when the proof comes. But the Cleveland Cavaliers absolutely have reason to believe that they can make a run through the Eastern Conference and give themselves a chance to win a championship.
Yeah, the proof is truly in the pudding or in the
Cam Boozer. Number 2 is Michigan. Michigan's front court is not good. It is absolutely dominating in depth. They got 32 points from their bench last night. Arizona, caveat a little bit right here. Arizona needs Cole Pete healthy. But since he's been out, talk about Del Orso stepped up and made plays. Kochekov has stepped up and seen a big basket, done a terrific job inverting their offense. But that fourth team, you got to have a fourth team. You say, yeah, Iowa State, I like Iowa State. They turn it over a little bit too much. I like the Gators. I like the Gators because they gobble up rebounds like Pac-Man. Now, kids, look up what Pac-Man did. He went whop, 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 whop. That is Ruben Chinyulu. The offensive rebound, 40% of their misses.
Let's invite the kids to watch Florida tonight on ESPN2. They are visiting Texas. Now, the Gators have won 12 of 13 here, Coach. It's no wonder why you like them so much. How dangerous are the defending national champs heading into March?
I think they can repeat. They're the best rebounding team. They've got great size and physicality in their front court. You're talking about Thomas Houck is a matchup problem at the 3. Alex Conner is a matchup problem at the 4. Chinyulu absolutely rebounds every single miss, but it's their improvement of their backcourt right there. Boogie Flan, Xavier Lee start the season. They had to kind of acclimate to what Todd Golden wanted to do. Last year, they had 3 guards that went to the NBA. This year, they have 3 front court players that are going to go to the NBA. So he had to readjust what he was doing. I call it coaching agility, going from a backcourt to a front court, but the backcourt has improved. Boogie Flan, Xavier Lee have been terrific, and they've got an 8-man rotation. I'm big on 8-man rotations because you have a point guard sub, you got a wing sub, you got a front court sub, you have continuity, size, length, athleticism. Florida's the real deal. They can repeat.
They're defending champs for a reason. Can we get that chomp here to send you off, Coach, again?
Wop, wop, wop. Todd Golden does it after every win. It's kind of obnoxious, but you got to love the confidence.
Thanks, Coach.
I love it. All right, let's stay on the hardwood and take a look at another undefeated team right here. Not the one everyone expected. 27